Most of the waters have since receded. The National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, has been activated since last week Friday, and over the weekend, the constant torrential rains over the coast caused severe flooding in the north and especially Belize City. More than 100 persons in Belize City had to be evacuated and placed in shelters. This morning, the City Emergency Management Organization, CEMO, held a press conference whereby an update was provided. Mayor Darrell Bradley headed the press briefing.
One of the things that we did early this morning and late yesterday afternoon was to conduct a preliminary assessment of various areas that were affected, chiefly in relation to CEMO were concerns for infrastructure and sanitation. We had our city engineer and our town planner, and they're continuing to do assessments of the roadways and in terms of the flooding conditions. There are critical areas of Belize City which always get flooding. These are areas of Princess Margaret Drive in front of the Queen Street Police Station, sections of Hydes Lane, Orange Street. We reported that at inspection yesterday, all of these areas were cleared. And after, within a period of 8 hours after the rains had subsided, the only areas of flooding were reported in the Farbers Road extension area, in the area beyond the complex building, and in the area by Holy Emmanuel. We're still monitoring those conditions. One of the things that we're asking members of the public is if you can avoid those areas, particularly by Farbers Road, please do so. A good bypass is the Cheddar Street Bridge, or you can come into the Western Highway by the cemetery. So we are asking members of the public to avoid those areas if at all you can. We have deployed City Council staff from yesterday afternoon and early this morning to deal with sanitation issues, because we have seen in our inspection reports that there is a substantial amount of debris that's floating around in parts of the city, so that our teams and our crews have been called, and we're doubling efforts to ensure that the city at least is clean.
Bradley says that an assessment team has been deployed to all affected areas where data is being collected in order to put together a report by this afternoon, after which the planning of assistance will follow.
At the present moment, the DANO, the assessment team from NEMO, has been deployed throughout Belize City. There are 2 teams that are on the south side of Belize City, and there's 1 team on the north side, and each of those teams has representatives from CEMO that are along with them. Their priority areas are concentrating on infrastructure and also housing needs and also urgent government buildings. And one of the focus or priority areas, as I mentioned earlier, is schools. You want to ensure that the lower levels of schools that took water are made ready, and that those schools can be reopened as it becomes possible. We also want to advise that a preliminary assessment from that team will be given at 1:30. In addition to that assessment, the CEMO is also doing an assessment in relation to the condition of Belize City for our own purposes, and we are concentrating on areas that come directly under the jurisdiction of Belize City. We do not have responsibility for schools or public buildings, but we are concentrating on the road network to ensure that we have a rapid response. There are areas of the northern and the western highway which took significant damage. There are other areas of our road infrastructure that we had concerns with, and we want to ensure that our works team and our sanitation team continue to go out to do whatever kind of immediate repair that is necessary.